So this is Molly here, and she only weighs about 12 pounds. Pretty easy to carry, but if she weighed an extra 20, well, I would definitely be struggling right about now. Thankfully, she walks just about everywhere with me. But according to residents at Key West, that's a development right here behind me in Humber Bay Shores, she wouldn't be allowed to walk through their buildings. I would have to be carrying her through the hallways, through the elevators, and rules like that are forcing many of those residents right out the door.
She weighed in at, I think, 14 kilos, so that's roughly around 35 pounds.
So they want you to be able to carry her through the elevators, through the halls?
Yep, everywhere. Just everywhere in the building, except for your apartment. Like, it even says on the note, like, there's a poster in the door there that says you have to carry it through the hallways, through the lobby, through the elevator, like, it's ridiculous.
Justin started renting here 2 years ago, and while his landlord didn't have an issue with Fluff McGruff, property management does.
There was actually an incident maybe a year and a half ago where she had taken a picture from the security cameras in the back of me and my dog and slipped it under the door without having any paper trail. She's like, don't do this, don't go out the back or whatever, you can't walk through the lobby. And
Justin isn't alone.
We just walk her through, but sometimes we get notifications just basically saying that we have to still lift her up, which is incredibly hard for me. She doesn't like to be lifted up, so it can be a little bit of a hassle.
And what do you think of the rule?
I think it's ridiculous. I've never heard of a rule like that before, where in any sort of main lobby, technically still when you're out here, because this is a common area, you still have to carry the dog, which doesn't really make sense.
And it was just like harassment after the building managers there. They would send pictures of me not holding my dog in the elevator, and I'm like, I'm 100 pounds, my dog's 70 pounds. We're gonna hold her in common areas. She's not harming anyone. She never once did anything to anyone. And then they had issues with doors that we use, and they sent us a photo of a door that we use. Or walking to my car, they had a picture of me holding her leash in the car.
Jenna says it got so bad that she and her boyfriend moved. According to the building's handbook, all pets must be carried through interior common elements, including hallways. Now, we asked the corporation about this via email, and when they didn't respond immediately, we went to their offices. We were asked to leave.
I'm sorry, we're not permitted to discuss this at the moment, so I asked you to leave the property.
And then management ordered security to kick us off the property, even though we were there with a unit's owner.
You can be guests, but you can't be media.
Eventually, they did respond via email, offering no comment. It's the kind of response residents here say they've come to expect from the corporation.
Well, I was just in an accident on Sunday. I cannot lift her up. So where does that leave me with? Like, what do I do? I'm not going to go around the back door because there's a risk of slipping. Those are never shoveled. If I have to come up the front door, am I now going to be harassed for the fact that I'm not picking up my dog? So there's just no clarity around why this rule has been implemented.
Although management has consistently cited the handbook's rules as grounds for notices or fines, even telling residents that they have to have their dogs out of the building by prescribed dates, lawyers we spoke with say those aren't official rules and handbook handouts shouldn't be used to enforce regulations. And those same lawyers say that if property management wants to enforce rules, they have to do so using the actual bylaws of the corporation, not handouts.